I'm going to get straight into it because it's fairly long and a little bit complicated, but things aren't easy when you're a bride, so this is going to be no exception. Right, this is what you're going to need. I'm going to start off by taking a piece of laminated insert thing which I made. I'll put the measurements of this on the screen. This is basically a strip of paper which I laminated and then cut around. It looks like that, and I'll put the measurements for you on the screen. The other thing you're going to need is a piece of satin. Now, I've literally just got just a piece of satin. It's not any type of special hijab. I went to a fabric store and I bought a piece of satin, and I'll put the measurements of this up on the screen as well. I had to get this especially because A, I didn't have any pure white satin scarves like this, and B, I didn't have any that were the correct size. So the width of this isn't really that large. What I'm going to do is take this plastic insert, take the hijab, place the plastic bit approximately in the middle of the satin piece. So this is approximately the middle. Here it is. It starts here, ends here. Here's the insert. Fold it back. You won't be able to see the plastic insert because I'm folding it backwards. Because I want obviously the shiny bit of the satin is going to be on the outside. And you can see the shiny bit. I can't. So fold it back a few times like that so that this is held in place. Now what I'm going to do with this, the whole point of this insert bit is so that the satin is held slightly, oh gosh, I'll have to move this camera back a bit, slightly above the head. I'm going to pin it on this end and pin it on this end on the head, and ensuring that that plastic insert bit creates a kind of a raised bit over there on the top of the head. So I'm going to do that now. Right, I've put one on each side, and I'm also going to put another pin over here. Just move this camera back a bit because I keep bumping into the lights tree. So I'm going to put one down the middle as well. Because of the weight of the satin, this bit is getting pulled back a bit, so I'm going to put one down the middle. This satin piece is quite long, so what you're going to do to reduce the length of it is create loads and loads of stepped folds, i.e. they're going to be folds, they're not all going to be piled one on top of the other, they're going to be stepped. So one of them is going to be here, the other fold's going to be slightly back, the other fold's going to be slightly a bit further back. So that's one fold then. This is a bit tricky, so if you're finding it difficult, you might need somebody to help you. Okay, I've created like 8 folds, as you can see. And what I'm going to do with these is, got it on the head, I'm going to pin them again, one on each side. Okay, now that I've done that, what I'm going to do is take the satin from the back and pull it round to the front, like this. Okay, if you want to wear earrings, you may do so, and you may display the earrings over here, obviously, if you wanted to. I'm not going to put any in at the moment because I can't be bothered to get up and get them. Anywho, I've brought this round the front. Now, I'm going to leave it hanging at the front and take a second scarf. This is a net scarf. Here's the width. I'm going to take one corner, like that, and pin it at the back of my head. Right, now I'm going to take the satin scarf, pull it in front of my face, like that. Take it around the back. Okay. And I'm going to leave it like that for now. It's a bit rough and you'll see why in a moment. Take the net scarf and just neaten the satin one up a little bit. Let's see if it's getting a bit messy. Just neaten it up and pin it down wherever it's getting messy from. So let me just pin this. Okay, I'm going to take the net scarf, take it in front of the satin one. Now, if you want lots of drapes or lots of coverage at the front of you, what you can do is let this net bit drape very low. If you want it higher, all you do is bunch up the net scarf and pull it round like this. So depending on how high or low you want the net bit, you'll have to adjust accordingly. I want it a little bit low. So bring it in front of the satin scarf, like that. Now, when you get to this end, I'm going to take this scarf back out and twist them both one around the other. Twist, twist, like that. Now, I'm going to untwist it a little bit because I want this material over here to hang low, like that. If all of it's twisted up, then it won't hang low. Okay, and then bring the scarf up, twist it round, and pin down on top of your head. Now this bit, the twisted bit over here, you can keep it as far back or towards the front as you like. I'm going to keep it slightly towards the front, like that, just behind those folds that I'd created at the start. Now, again, depending on whether or not you're wearing earrings, you might wish to keep this further back, you might wish to keep it further forward if you don't want to wear earrings, and same goes for this side. You can actually pin it back slightly if you want to wear earrings. I'm going to pin this down. Now for this, I'm going to need a fairly large pin. Don't worry too much about the pin showing because it will get covered. And if you have a white scarf anyway, a white satin scarf or a cream scarf, the pin's not really going to be that visible anyway. If it's a silver safety pin like this, it's not really. I've pinned over here. I'm also going to need to pin over here because, look, you can still move back like that, and you don't want to be embarrassed and have that bit falling off at your wedding. So, pin. How can I show you how I'm pinning this? I hope you can see. So I'm going like this. Okay, this part here, you can leave it hanging, but because of course it's a bridal hijab style, I want it to be a little bit neater. So what I'm going to do is just bring it to the front. And what you can do ideally is put a brooch here. A brooch would look lovely over here. I will give you some examples of brooches and things later. I haven't got one here to hand, so I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to safety pin it down for now. But a brooch really ideally would work perfectly. Okay, so we're almost done. No bride is complete without her veil, so here's my veil. I'm going to pop it back here behind the twisty bit. There we go. There's the veil. There's the hijab. And oopsie daisy, the veil's falling off. And this is the final hijab look. What I did was I went and pinned down further in loads of places all over the scarf, because the last thing you want is for your scarf to fall apart, and you want everything to sit nicely. So behind this folded bit here, the twisted bit, I put another pin back here to hold it back because it kept coming forward a bit, so I put that there. Bearing in mind you can wear earrings if you want, and if you want to do that then you'd need to pull the scarf back further and then you could wear earrings if they were dangly ones, or not pull it back so much if they were just studs. So that's it. Let me just give you a close-up as well. That's the net scarf. The twisty bit. That's my cheap veil that I have. Obviously yours will probably be beautiful and lovely. That's what it's like from the back. So everything's covered from the back. And again, this part you can have it draping lower or you can have it slightly higher. It's up to you. The other thing is that you can put a brooch over here, a nice sparkly brooch. A flowery one would be perfect in this case with this. Remember, if you don't have an underscarf like this, you can just use a normal one and pin some flowers over here. Pin some. These are just some fabric flowers, so you can get some fabric flowers and pin them down as well. There's always, where there's a will, there's a way. And an elbow in the camera as well. Also, you can actually do this with a red underscarf and a red piece of satin and then like a gold or a red net. I haven't done that because, I mean, obviously that would be for an Indian or Pakistani wedding. But personally, I don't think if you've got like a tikka on and lots of Indian jewellery, I don't think that would match with this flowery bit. But if you weren't going for the tikka look, or if you could just pull it off, I suppose you could do that. I just decided to use white and show it on a white dress. But obviously, sky's your limit. You can use any colours you like. Some of the Malaysian weddings have all sorts of beautiful colours in their weddings, and some of the Palestinian weddings as well. So I hope that gave you some inspiration, and I hope that helped. Okay, toodles.